While a big issue is happening in the Philippines, I'm here at 98 stars, just 2 wins away from Mythical Immortal. You'll notice I'm playing Eve in this game, and for those who might not know, she's actually my top comfort hero. And in this video, I want to share the struggles of solo mage players, and why ranking up is still tough, even if you're really strong. The first struggle for me is having to first pick, then ending up against an enemy core that's an assassin.
Die. Just like their creation.
I managed to cancel Hayabusa's ult, but he still killed me with that annoying slow from his first skill. We couldn't contest the first turtle, and I didn't expect to get caught by this Ruby, who was already 2 levels ahead of our Sissy. Another struggle, and I think every lane can relate, is when you get a duo as teammates. In this game, it was Angela and Saber. Most of the time, the duo is the one messing up the system. The unfair thing is, when they're strong, they can take over the game, which you can notice in our last 2 videos. But if you end up with a duo who can't keep up with the enemy duo, that's the absolute worst. Their Saber pick was great against a Hayabusa, but the problem with Saber is that he only have 1 move to use, unlike other heroes with multiple options. That's why we had a hard time contesting the turtle. Meanwhile, I couldn't tell who was duo on their team, but it looked like their Zetian was solo too. Normally, it's the roamer and the marksman that make a dangerous combo, but I didn't notice any connection between their Kufra and Ixia. Our team comp's weakness is clear here. We took the turtle, but they got chased down and taken out way too easily. Saber only looks good when enemies, like Hayabusa, make mistakes. But if Saber is the one initiating, once he goes in, he'll be trapped. His only option is to try taking down all the enemies with Angela, but it's basically impossible. Knowing there's a Kufra who can easily jump to wherever Saber is, it's basically GG. But I'm not blaming them, because our side lanes didn't perform well either, and couldn't keep up with their lane opponents. Good thing we had star protection for this match, but it still hurts seeing our win rate for mages going down. For the next match, I'm using Zetian, and I'm wondering if the enemies will put Carmilla in mid since they don't have a mage. But it's surprising to see Arlott in the mid lane, which is not something I usually expect. And since I had the early advantage with range and pokes, it was really easy to harass or even take down this mid Arlott. That flicker in was a little risky, and I could have been punished if their roamer or jungler was nearby, but thanks to Benedetta's map awareness, I think my Zetian pick was right for this game, since the enemies were all short range. The only problem is, once they get close to me, I'm dead, just like what happened here. I was starting to struggle here because I played too aggressively, which made it easy for them to close in on me. Another factor was having Selena as our roamer. She really limiting my positioning since we had no front line. And this Arlott I took down at the 2nd tower earlier is clearly hungry for revenge. Actually, yeah, we had a good combo here. If her arrow lands, my ultimate can instantly follow up for another stun. The problem is, if she misses, Selena contributes nothing. And that's exactly why I hate having her as a roamer, which gets even worse against opponents like this. This is the first time in a long while I've had a Lucas jungle as a teammate, and I was really counting on him to secure the Lord's Steel, but it didn't happen. That would have made such a big difference. In situations like this, as long as the enemy can't get too close, we can still win. We just need to let them engage first. This Arlott is really giving us a huge problem. And if you saw that, Brody was in the front line. And honestly, I don't know what he's doing there. It's supposed to be Lucas starting the engage, not us forcing it first.
A rebirth is eternal. That is the price of truth.
We managed to take down 2 right before Lord respawned. This was the perfect chance to secure it, but my teammates chose to farm. They wasted several seconds that should have been spent setting up and checking bushes around Lord. That was such a huge chance for our comeback. And since no one was checking the bushes, it ended up being the marksman who did it. That was a crucial moment. There were only 2 of them trying to contest, but with proper positioning and timing, they managed to pull it off. Can't figure out why this Lucas can't ret read. That could have been game-changing. Somehow, we managed to defend successfully, and we even won the next team fight. If only we had a tank here, we definitely wouldn't have struggled this much.
No, the Phoenix Ray! Be gone from my sight! Mega kill! An enemy has been slain.
Another Lord is up, and you know exactly what's about to happen. Actually, we all know that Leomord uses Retribution while casting Skill 1. It's a technique to make sure he secures Lord. I believe Lucas could have easily interrupted that, right? But in the last Lord fight, he just kept walking around, and now here his skills are delayed. After that, we should have backed off and tried to defend like last time. But instead, they decided to fight while Lord was making his way onto the top lane. You know I can't defend this, right? I did my best to try and win, but I guess my Zetian still isn't strong enough. Well, I guess Zetian isn't really that good at carrying the team. What surprises me here is that we have a trio on our team, while the enemy only has a duo. Oh my lord, we should have the advantage. What's going on? For the next match, I went with Kadita. Her skill 1 is a great counter to Zetian's passive. I thought I was hiding in the bush here, but maybe I'm just too stressed after that back-to-back losses. Good thing I managed to get Florin to use Purify, and my passive restored the health I lost. So, yeah, that was all part of the plan.
No one has the power to feel Earth's blood. Double kill. Bodies. Shadows.
When it comes to solo rank, you start to realize that heroes like Kadita, who can make plays on their own, are much better than Zetian, who still needs follow-up from teammates. Kadita is also great against support-type roamers because it's really easy to take them down, and most supports aren't good at checking bushes.
Thank you.
But never mess up your timing if they have Purify or an ultimate ready, or you'll get punished like me. At this point, Freya still went legendary, even though we messed up her farm and killed her a few times. And that's the reason why we always put Freya on our best hero list. Moskov is starting to get stronger, and he's been giving me a hard time in my recent matches. Never underestimate him. He's really powerful in the late game. Wow, I totally jinxed Moskov, didn't I?
Ambulance! But not for me! Hey!
They kept making mistake after mistake, and not just once, but twice, especially Freya, who ended up costing them the game. And because of that, we're back at 98 stars. For the next game, I'm using Kimmy mid since the enemy XP is Lapu Lapu. I need a mid hero he can't easily dive, and Kimmy is just the perfect answer. And of course, as usual, Kimmy is a lane bully, so we'll just make life hard for our matchup. What's nice in this game is that my roamer, Kalea, is actually rotating with me. That makes it so much easier to move around the map, especially with a Hayabusa on the enemy team. It's always better to roam with the roamer, because if Hayabusa uses his ult, the damage gets split, and Kalea's stun is perfect for shutting him down. Having a tank really makes a huge impact, especially when you're playing a mage. We ended up at a disadvantage at this fight, since Lapu rotated down to help right after Hayabusa stole the turtle.
Running away? You disappoint me.
And with their marksman showing up too, it turned into a 5-on-3.
Fighting? Kimmy!
I understand Alice focusing on farm early since she only becomes effective later on. But in this kind of scenario, where her opponent already joined the team fight, she should have gone too. Good thing we had a Freya, who could handle a 1 versus 5 fight. Now Alice is finally joining the fights and turning into the star of the game. But Lapu Lapu won't let himself be outshined. That's how dominant EXP laners are right now. Lord fight, we know Hayabusa still has his shadow, so we have to cancel Lord here. have no idea where Freya went, but luckily Alice managed to secure the Lord. This is the power of having Freya on your side. She can straight up carry the team. Another victory secured. Apparently, 99 to 100 stars has a curse, so I chose to play XP lane mid lane here. And as always, I end up in the XP lane. Luckily, Gloo was open, so my teammate switched me right away. But then...
Come and join me in my dream.
They ended up drafting 4 counters, especially Yuzhong and Lunox, who can easily escape my ultimate. And, as for Masha and 1-1, you'll see later why they're also big problems for me. If you try to lane with Yuzhong, you're dead, or just tower hugging for sure. That's why I'm just cutting the lane here. Clearing the lane quickly gives us the chance to invade their jungle, and that's the main reason I chose to play XP laner here. They'll be forced to help Harley here, and I know Yuzhong and Lunox are aware of it since they both have gold badges. That delay on Harley means he can't contest in the first turtle, which is huge in a game like this. If you've already seen my Gloo video, this flame shot combo won't be new to you. It's perfect for solo kills and solo rank. And it's funny because Yuzhong can't do anything, or else he'd end up trying to kill his own teammate. Here's the problem with facing a Yuzhong in lane. His spell vamp is so strong, and even when my ultimate is ready, I can't use it because he'll just ult right after. Same with Yuzhong. Lunox can use her light ultimate to escape Gloo's ultimate and heal with Gloo's spread, instantly restoring her health. But why waste ultimate when skill 1 is enough? I only used my ultimate after Lunox used her light ult, but our skill 1 and 2 combo just hit the wall, got stuck on the turret, and I had to cancel my ultimate. And if you noticed, I still cast my ultimate on Lunox even after she used Flicker and moved too far earlier. Gloo's ultimate actually has a long cast range and duration, so even with a small delay, it can still hit. Meanwhile, with 1-1, I can't stick to her after she uses skill 2, because for those who don't know, Gloo stacks can be purified and removed. It's the same with Masha, after she loses 1 HP bar, but this should happen before I cast my ultimate. Because once I cast it, even if any hero tries to purify, it won't work. And that's exactly what happened here. One more thing, but this didn't happen in this game. Masha could have used her skill 4 while I was attached, but it should be a 1 versus 1 with no one else interfering. That didn't happen because we were always grouped together here, and it is so unfair because Masha can regain an extra HP bar even while I'm attached to her. Actually, Gloo shouldn't have been part of our video, but since he carried us to Immortal, I included him. We weren't the MVP, but what matters is we won.